Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving my Libra October 2017 horoscope forecast, and yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Well, anyway, people, the first thing is, well, the Sun, as far as October goes, the Sun will be in Libra from the 1st to the 23rd. And during this time, of course, the first house is what is emphasized and highlighted for Libra. So during this time, Libra might have a strong focus on their appearance, their outlook, and being very balanced, showing a lot of really being very equitable, being very fair. And there might be more. This might be a period where Libra might radiate a little bit more energy and vitality than usual, and might be more wanted to be more propelled into the spotlight and really stand out. Also, the father might maybe play more of an integral role than usual in the person's outlook on life, and perhaps even in the appearance as well. So anyway, well, as far as October goes, the Sun will be in Scorpio from the 23rd to the 31st. So this could be a time perhaps where that strong focus can be on things of a monetary nature for Libra. It could be things on resources, possessions, and really being able to manipulate and control these as well. Being able to really using, it could be some inner fortitude and courage perhaps to do things to increase one's wealth could be one thing, and really about, and the issues could be strongly focused on matters connected with self-esteem and value and self-worth, and being able, and if the person is of a low self-esteem, this could be about a strong transformation connected with that, and be in getting maybe a much bigger and better self-esteem. So anyway, well, the full moon will be in Aries on October 4th, and of course the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Libra during this time. So this could be a time where there might be, Libra might be maybe full, so to speak, of maybe a contentious legal situation, or a legal situation that might be somewhat combative and contentious might come to an end during this time. This could be a time too where there might be some really strong acrimonious energy expressed connected with a relationship, something connected with the significant other, where, I mean, where Libra is saying, well, you know what, enough is enough, and really maybe getting tired of a contentious relationship or something connected with the significant other that might be somewhat combative. And anyway, well, the new moon will be in Libra on October 19th, so of course the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Libra. So during this time, perhaps this might be a new period for an appearance, maybe appearing more attractive, looking more beautiful than usual. It could just be something connected with clothing. Maybe the outlook on life could be more new, could be more balanced, so to speak, outlook on life. And really, this is I mean, you look at this new moon in Libra. I mean, the first house is about the appearance. Really, it's about also new beginnings. So this is really the house for it to really, I mean, being when you have a new moon. So really there could be a double emphasis really on perhaps doing something new at this particular time, which could really impact the personality very strongly and how one appears to others. It could even be something connected with maybe a relationship. Maybe that Libra is the sign of relationships, so it could be something even with that might impact how one appears to others during this time. So anyway, well, Mercury will be in Libra as far as October goes from the 1st to the 17th, and during this time, of course, the first house is emphasized and highlighted for Libra, and this could be where Libra might come across during this time a little bit more loquacious, more talkative, maybe really talking maybe with a lot of communications, maybe with a lot of tact and diplomacy and a lot of balance as well. It might be where maybe Libra is more involved with maybe even short journeys during this time, because Mercury is associated with that as well. And I mean, really the thing too is the next thing I want to talk about is Mercury will be in Scorpio from as far as October goes, from the 17th to the 31st. And the second house, of course, is what is emphasized and highlighted for Libra. Now, there could be a lot of communication, perhaps incisive communication, perhaps even over matters connected with possessions. If something is missing, perhaps this could be, you know, just getting to the bottom of things. It could be over items that might be lost, that might be missing during this time. And really, this could also be, too, where there could be a lot of communication, perhaps connected with values, with self-esteem, and really digging deep and understanding why maybe, you know, if it's a case where the person has less self-esteem than average, why is this, why would this be? And also, it could be where you're more motivated toward making money during this time, and really being very resourceful. You mind being very resourceful in terms of doing this as well. And really, anyway. Well, Venus, as far as October goes, Venus will be in Virgo from the 1st to the 14th, and of course the 12th house is what could be emphasized and highlighted. Some cases there might be some, you know, clandestine relationships during this time, done with a lot of Virgo-like discretion and prudence and caution. And at the same time, too, there can be a lot of enjoyment expressed privately during this time. And there might be, too, I mean, keep in mind the 12th house is about limitations and restrictions. So it could also be a time where maybe you just don't feel as loved during this time, or you might feel that maybe lovers might be a little bit, if you're in a relationship or something, that maybe that person is being a little bit more judgmental and critical than usual, and might be tied into 12th house like secret sorrows. So anyway, well, Venus, as far as October goes, will be in Libra from the 14th to the 31st. And of course, the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted during this time for Libra. And this could be a time where Libra wants to be, appear to be more attractive than usual, come across as even maybe more peaceful during this time, more relationship oriented. And there can be a stronger love of art and beauty, which is really can be seen more on a first impression than usual. And others may see you as more attractive during this time. So, and also, it could be about a new beginning connected with art as well, something Venus related, or connected even with a very balanced relationship, and one which you have a lot of equilibrium and fairness. So anyway, well, as far as October goes, Mars will be in Virgo from the 1st to the 22nd, and that will of course emphasize and highlight the 12th house for Libra. And during this time, well, the energy and vitality might be a little bit dissipated and depleted during this time. There might be some things going on, like behind the scenes or in seclusion, where you're having some acrimonious situations with others in your private life. People that are really getting angry, not just angry, but really complaining in a very angry and acerbic manner. And also, this could be a time, too, where maybe Libra might be doing something like working out, you know, privately in seclusion, and doing so with a lot of Virgo industry and really hard work involved. So anyway, well, as far as October goes, Mars will be in Libra from the 22nd to the 31st, and the first house, of course, is what will be emphasized and highlighted. And during this time, well, Libra might be coming across a little bit more outspoken, more courageous, and maybe even more combative on a first impression. But if there's anything about Libra that might seem disputatious at this time, it could be done with that being that it's Mars, but being in Libra, it could be done using a little bit, maybe passive aggressive like energy, not being so blatantly, combative or what have you, but something where just by, for example, ignoring someone's request and doing things of that nature. But at the same time, this could be a very good period for energy and vitality for Libra as well, and Libra might be more inclined towards some kind of competition. But at the same time, Libra needs to be a bit more concerned about being possibly more accident prone at this time as well. Now, anyway, as far as Jupiter will remain in Libra from the 1st to the 10th before it goes into Scorpio. During this time, of course, the first house is what is emphasized and highlighted for Libra. And during this time, there might be a little bit more propensity to gain weight during this time, those succulent sweets. And it could be also a time where Libra can enjoy good luck by emphasizing and enlarging the qualities of Libra, the charm, diplomacy, the tact, the ability to mediate and to negotiate. There can be some luck generated through that, and Libra might express a lot more exuberance and enthusiasm during that time than usual. Now, as far as October goes, Jupiter will be in Scorpio from the 10th to the 31st, and of course the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Libra. During this time, there may be some luck and fortune and monetary matters during this time. It could be things connected perhaps with transformation. It could be like a Scorpio-like thing as far as transformation goes. It could be, for example, recycling. It could be making rebuilding a vehicle, transforming a vehicle. Something, and Scorpio could be about mechanical skill as well. So it could be just working on vehicles in general, or doing something of a mechanical nature, and also maybe just even getting to the bottom of things by digging deep and going beyond the superficial. And there might be a lot more self-esteem and enthusiasm during this time, because the second house is about self-worth and self-esteem, and it might enlarge those issues, which could be very auspicious. So anyway, well, Saturn will still be in Sagittarius, and of course the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Libra. So during this time, well, there might be some very structured, discipline type communication, perhaps with people that are philosophical. It could be a time where Libra adds structure and discipline to their communication, but there also could be some limitations and restrictions connected with them. Can be maybe communications perhaps with older people that have wisdom, that are very philosophical, that might even be expansive and optimistic. And it could also be, too, during this time, there might be maybe even in some cases a debilitated neighbor, or even a sibling, if applicable, that Libra might find themselves trying to take care of during this time. Now, Uranus will still be in Aries at this time, and of course the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Libra. So during this time, in some cases of unattached, Libra might wind up getting connected with a prospective significant other that might be from another country. It might be a radical, or somebody that might be very innovative or eccentric, somebody that can be very unique. It could also show some tumult and chaos in relationships during this time, some unpredictable things with that. And also keep in mind that the seventh house is also about legalities and legal issues, so it could be some kind of unusual court case, or something unpredictable happens where one appears at court. It could be something where one might be called for jury duty, for example, unpredictably or unexpectedly. So anyway, well, Neptune will still be in Pisces during this time, and it will, of course, the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Libra. So during this time, it's very important. The 6th house is about our health and And during this time for Libra, if Libra was ever involved with drug use or alcohol use, given that Neptune is retrograde, there's a chance that he or she may be going back to it or reverting back to it this time. It could also be a period where the employment situation might be somewhat unclear and nebulous as well. And it could also be about maybe being of service to others by using this Pisces like compassion and empathy, and or doing something work related that might be Neptune like. It could be something connected with photography, something with illusion like working as a magician, maybe something with the metaphysical like astrology, or it could be chemistry, or anything Neptune like during this time. And also, in some cases, it could indicate some kind of health situation that might be somewhat fuzzy or unclear, or in something that might be nebulous or really not really sure of it, and some kind of mysterious health situation may arise at this time. So, anyway. Well, Pluto will still be in Capricorn, of course, during this time, and the 4th house, of course, is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Libra. So during this time, we'll keep in mind that the 4th house is about our home and our family, and where Saturn can restrict, Pluto can flat out obliterate and destroy. So it could be something where maybe in some cases the home life might be somewhat obliterated and destroyed. It might be something where someone has to move on to a different home or residence. It's not always bad, because a lot of times when something is destroyed, there's rebirth. There's also about something new around the corner. So, and also this could be a time too where you might really be trying to show more power or control in your home life. It could be doing things to, the 4th house is also the mother, and remember that Pluto, the 4th house is really about the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. In some cases, it could indicate the death of a mother in some isolated cases. And really, this is about too, Pluto is also, being about control. This is about, the 4th house is about our traditions. So it can be about getting control of those traditions, and or maybe sometimes even destroying it and maybe starting your own traditions. So anyway, well, the North Node will still be in Leo during this time, and of course the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Libra at this time. So this could be a time for Libra to be taking pride and dignity in matters with their friends, their acquaintances, maybe doing something where they stand out in some aspiration, where they might be showing some flamboyancy, and this could be where their future is really directed at this time. And really, this could too be about being magnanimous in matters connected with friends, being generous as far as that goes, and really applying oneself toward their future in general. So anyway, well, the Black Moon Lilith will still be in Sagittarius at this time, and of course the 3rd house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Libra. So this could be a time where perhaps something comes out that's unveiled, maybe regarding some warped or demented philosophy of somebody in your neighborhood. It could be a sibling in some cases. This could be maybe where something dark could be revealed, maybe in some 3rd house matter in a very big and prodigious way, since Sagittarius doesn't do anything on a small scale. It can be something connected with a sibling, with a neighbor, maybe somebody that you're involved with communications with on a regular basis. So anyway, also Chiron will still be in Pisces at this time, and of course the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted for Libra. So during this time, well, there might be some wounds with the health, and perhaps in some cases with something Pisces like with the feet. It could be some kind of chemical assimilation. I'm not saying necessarily recreational drug use, but in some cases it could be. But also something like radon, something that you might not be detecting, or you're not even aware or cognizant of, that may enter the system. Keep in mind too that Chiron is also about healing, and it could be where you might be healing or helping others with their employment and with their in matters pertaining to their health, with that Piscean like compassion and empathy during this time, or even like something Pisces related, like such as the metaphysical, so which it could include astrology. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the Libra October 2017 horoscope forecast. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be giving you my Scorpio October 2017 horoscope forecast. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.